abusia makwaba strong so eba POG Media so yɛde mbɛkɔ political highway ne so highway ne deɛ ensɛm bebree wɔ so a yɛn so yɛagye pene sɛ ɛbɛme abedwafoɔ no ahu deɛ ɛkɔ ɛne deɛ ɛba na dan na ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ highway ne so ɛyɛ Haruna Iddrisu ɛna kyerɛ sɛ ɔde ntrɛne wabɔ Jemensa ntrɛne wama no strong warning na ɛnyɛ warning ketewa ɛna ɔde ama Jemensa ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo NDC ne deɛ ɔmo ntena hɔ ɛmma Jemensa ɛmfa ntokwa anaasɛ ɛmma ntokwa kyɛne anaasɛ ntokwa kɛseɛ ɛnsi wɔ Ghana na ɔno Haruna Iddrisu ne deɛ ɔno ɛne NDC mpanyinfo na kwan bi a ɔmo bɛfa so ama Jemensa wama pɛpɛɛpɛ yɛ aba 2024 December elections no mu biara no ɔno Haruna Iddrisu no ɔka ne po sɛ Jemensa no and the kwan bi ɔmo bɛfa so biara na Jemensa nim na sɛ ɔma ntokwa si Ghana ha se a ɔmo bɛhold no responsible a ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa kwan nti Haruna Iddrisu ɛde nsɛm bebree ato dwa yɛbɛpɛ sɛ yɛbɛme abedwafoɔ no bɛme akɔ na yɛkɔ akɔtie nsɛm a Haruna Iddrisu ɛde to dwa ɔde nsɛm ato dwa a ɛfa 2024 December elections na waka sɛ yi a abusua ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa kwan na ansa na yɛbɛkɔ no wɔ nsɛm kan bi afa hyɛ yɛ comment section ne so like share ma afoforɔ nso ɛnsa ntumi ɛnka bi medamase.
Has been at odds with the Electoral Commission over the integrity of the voter roll. The EC has told you that they are doing their best to ensure that they produce a robust and credible electoral. Why is that not enough?
Every student of political science is trite knowledge that a credible voter register is a sine qua non to the conduct of free, fair, credible elections. The NDC have had cause to be worried and concerned about the integrity and the state of Ghana's electoral roll and voter register, which will be used for purposes of the extraordinary 7th December presidential and parliamentary elections. Evidence abound. I mean, I just got back this afternoon from Tamale, where in my own constituency, the Tamale South constituency, we have had some mystery of illegal voter transfer to Pusiga constituency. How did that happen? Who supervised it? Who authorized it? In link with who? With officials of the Electoral Commission.
The EC has admitted to that one.
It is not enough to admit. I hope that you are watching CNN today. Just go to the US, either in Alaska or in Arizona today. There's correction of about 100,000 votes on an electoral roll in America. So what is this holier than thou feeling or persona that the chairperson of the Electoral Commission seem to be manifesting or want to manifest? My strongest view, an electoral commission is only relevant to the extent that it serves the Ghanaian electorate and political parties well. You are irrelevant if you cannot serve the citizens well. Today, we all cherish our peace. We want to preserve our peace. We want to preserve the integrity of the elections, safeguard our democracy. We are celebrating 30 years of it. We could have done better. We do not want acts or conduct, omissions or commissions that will soil the outcome of the December 7th presidential and parliamentary elections, that can spell doom for the peace and tranquility of the Ghana we love and the Ghana we so cherish. So don't take these things lightly and just say that the NDC is not the NDC. It's civil society, the National Democratic Congress, observers of the political landscape are simply saying that the electoral register is muggy. Correct it.
But the NDC has led the charge.
Yes.
And the Electoral Commission has said that...
Because it's the most potent and resilient opposition party today, which is ready to form...
I mean, no doubt about that, right?
Yes.
But the Electoral Commission has said, look, you have mentioned some figures. We do not know those figures, despite, admitting to the Pusiga, anomaly.
Not just Pusiga, it's widespread.
But why won't you give them the evidence?
They have the evidence. After all, they have connive to manipulate the record. So if you manipulate a document and you pretend that somebody should say a record, you share what record? What do you have? You are supposed to give provisional voter register to the political parties. At least a clever way that the Electoral Commission could deal with this matter is to have said that it's provisional. Give me an opportunity to improve and correct it. But a denial will not be accepted today. It will not be accepted tomorrow.
Well, they deny, but they also said that's the purpose of the exhibition
that's
process.
Not a denial. They admit. But what is it about transparency? You see, have you seen somebody running in a market who hasn't stolen? In a market, you see somebody at Agbobuloshi or at what's the problem? Makala market running in the midst of people. It means there's something wrong. Why are you running? Let the Electoral Commission live up to its calling as an independent commission, independent of government, independent of political manipulation, including the ruling New Patriotic Party. And that the Electoral Commission should not be seen conniving with actors who have interest in safeguarding their stay or prolonging their stay in power. That is not acceptable, and that will be resisted by not just the NDC, but by Ghanaians and those who cherish and love our democracy.
On the subject of evidence, one of the things the Electoral Commission has said is that your party, during the presentation, indicated that some 50,000 dead people were still on the electoral roll. Do you know how your party was able to those dead people?
We do have a director of elections, Dr. Mani Bawumia, who is working with a team. They are very diligent at what they are doing because they have every duty to preserve the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people, which will manifest in a vote for change. Ghanaians want change, and Ghanaians will vote for change. That is what the MPP is trying to resist, working in cohort with the Electoral Commission as we suspect. Now, you keep mentioning evidence. I have given you Tamale South evidence. That's where I come from. That's why I vote. Share yours. Others too have shared theirs. The register is not clean. And if it is not clean, it cannot guarantee a free, credible elections. Period. And there can be chaos.
Elaborate again the nature of the anomaly in Tamale South.
The nature of it, we found some 38 to 54 persons from Tamale South in the Děclěar area. We've had it even in Sanargu and Tamale North. We followed up some evidence where those persons, innocent women, some young person came for their voter ID card. Then when we were doing our checks, we noticed that the block of those names were no longer in Tamale South. They were now in the Pusiga constituency. How did that happen? How did that happen? So in Tamale South, the MPP is not strong, as you are aware. I mean, I win virtually in every polling station in Tamale South. I'm still very strong and determined to give Excellency John Dramani Mahama a 90,000 vote mark. I'm dedicated, committed, and working with the electorate in Tamale South to marshal out the votes on 7th December. So what they have chosen to do, and get it right, the idea is that on election day, the Electoral Commission is going to create a certain confusion at polling stations and in the minds of persons. If you go to a polling station...
Based on the electoral challenges?
Yes, based on the irregularities that we've determined. Let me just explain. If you go to Tamale South, maybe you vote at Tahzib, and you are told that, oh, your name is no longer in Tahzib, go to Pusiga. Will you cast your vote that day? You are likely to go home. So in NDC stronghold, this is a ploy to undermine and weaken the NDC and weaken its strength and frustrate its voters. That is what the national chairman and national leadership of the party, together with regional and constituency executives, are fighting. And I'm saying that I don't want to expand because I haven't been to other constituencies. I haven't looked at
But the Electoral Commission says they are refereeing the election. They have no interest at all.
Another referee in the United States, just go on to CNN. I'm sure your newsman should help you. There's correction of an electoral roll in Arizona, or yes, I think Arizona today. 100, they are correcting it. But why can't Ghana's Electoral Commission be transparent? What's the difficulty? Show openness, show transparency.
Your party said that they should open themselves up to an independent forensic audit.
Independent technical audit for verification.
Indeed, and they have said no, they do not need that.
But I understand from what Franklin Kujo have published and I've read, Jean Mensah, then working for civil society at the Institute of Economic Affairs, now chairperson, asked for an independent audit. Today, she can't stand for saying where is principle, where is value. So she lacks principle. If 10 years ago or 9 years ago you advocated for something, there is an opportunity to do it. If you are strong enough and not being an object of manipulation by some interested political actor somewhere. I'm disappointed in her. I'm disappointed in the commission. I've worked with the Electoral Commission as minority leader. I largely, together with the Honorable Osei Mensah, chaired the Electoral Commission and its budget. So I know what goes on within the Electoral Commission. I give you an example. They have 75,000 biometric devices. The devices must have adapters and batteries ready for 7th December. We don't want a situation on 7th December where we are told that go manual because the batteries are down, they are weak, they are not potent. From my sources, she's only attempting to procure 2,000 to 5,000 batteries. How can that be adequate and sufficient for 75,000 biometric devices? Is that possible? So, Jean Mensah, don't throw our beloved country Ghana into chaos, into situations that you yourself will shudder want to run away from. I think she must just do things right. She's not the first person to chair the Electoral Commission. We've seen Dr. Afarajan, we've seen Charlotte Osei, and you yourself in 2015 said that it was possible, it was feasible to have an independent technical audit. That is all the NDC is asking for.
So, and perhaps,
in any case,
perhaps
ask the Electoral Commission the same question. Why can't they undertake an audit?
And we
what's
will.
the excuse?
And we will.
Ask them, what's the excuse?
We will. Because based on what they have said so far, they say that, look, they have the ability to be able to clean the register themselves. They are already dealing with some of the issues that you have mentioned. They also say that they have the liveliness feature. So it means that if you go there and, your face is not what is already captured in the bio data, there is no way that...
Are you following them properly? I even heard them in days past. They said, there will be face recognition.
Yes, that's the liveliness feature.
And isn't it?
That's what they say.
Have you subjected it to any IT significant test?
What do you think about that? Is it a good effort to...
Don't forget, I'm former Minister for Communication. Let's see. Facial recognition as integral to the cards that have been issued Ghanaian voters. I'm not too sure about it.
I see.
I'm not too sure about it.
The communications director of the NPP, Richard Ahiagba, says if you are so sure that you need or the electoral role requires an independent audit, go to court.
Why are they interested in court? Maybe they think that they have compromised the neutrality and impartiality of the court. They are not to dictate to the NDC what to do anyway. How does your opponent tell you what to do? Have you heard that before?
Is court an option at all, at any point, if the EC decides not to?
The NPP cannot dictate to the NDC what to do. Simple.
They
are not to dictate to us. It simply won't work. We won't take it.
What will the NDC do in the event the Electoral Commission does not subject itself to this audit?
Don't worry. Coming events, they cast their shadows.
What shadow is it casting right now?
I don't know. Coming events, they cast their shadows. I have said that we'll hold Jean Mensah, chairperson of the Electoral Commission, solely responsible should anything happen to Ghana's democracy by fracturing its process and fracturing the legitimacy of the outcome of that process. We'll hold her responsible.
Will you engage any further with the Electoral Commission on this issue?
The party's leadership engages with them at the level of IPAC, which itself is persuasive. I'm sure they will continue to. But I think that I should commend the national leadership of the party together with the rank and file of the party for massive show of solidarity and support yesterday across the country to protest and demand a credible, clean voter register for the purpose of the conduct of the December 7th presidential and parliamentary election. We are very certain and profoundly optimistic that John Mahama will win a free, fair, credible election. We are very optimistic about that.
I want to talk about your campaign.
Which of the
to be retained in Tamale South?
Oh, no, there's no debate about it.
There's no debate?
All I need is life.
Why do you think there's no debate about it?
All I need is life and good health, and to His grace, I'll be honored with re-election as Member of Parliament. What I'm now striving to do is to garner at least 90,000 or more for President Mahama. Parliamentary, I don't need as much to win, but the greater Tamale would mean a lot more for Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We need to humble Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the greater Tamale and carry the rest of Northern region along. We have 18 seats. Our worst performance should be some 14 seats. We should be able to recapture Karaga, Miang, Sangule, Zabzogo, Toleng, Nantong. A few of them, there is still competitiveness of a race, I admit it. But some, we currently have 9. We can safeguard and protect the 9. Some 3 to 5 are almost in the party's bosom, subject to what happens on December 7th and between now and December 7th. Tamale South, the NDC remains dominant. I still remain humbly popular.
I see. But I mean, what would you say your legacy is in Tamale South?
Oh, I've contributed immensely into changing livelihoods of many people, whether women or youth. I admit that unemployment is still unacceptably high. There are many young people and young women who are striving for bread and struggle, like many other Ghanaians, with the unprecedented hardship and suffering that Nana Dankwa and Dr. Bawumia have unleashed on every Ghanaian. I think that they should admit that it's a failed government, and failed in the sense that there's no honor or respect even in being an elite at the political level. What Ghanaians are saying that you politicians have no honor. And is that if you saw Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia argue on platform, as cheap and easy as it was, I'll arrest the depreciation of the city. He thought that arresting the depreciation of the city was like stopping a trotro between Wulugu and Nasia. That's not so. Today you have the city, which was at 4 cities, now at 16 cities. What that means for the cost of doing business, what that means for cost of living is one of a rejection of a failed government. I mean, cost of living have ballooned. Many Ghanaians are struggling to make a living. Businesses are struggling with high cost of doing business. Even just on my way here, I just picked up intel that government is maneuvering to sell Electricity Company of Ghana. And after failing with PDS, now you want to put it on sale, barely 90 days of life of your administration. We will resist it, we will protest it.
Really? They are
just
planning to sell
They are planning. I've seen a letter fly from the PURC to ECG and others, and there's a planned sale of the Electricity Company of Ghana. Let government come out and deny it. But it will not happen. John Dramani Mahama will come and stop it and reset Ghana, reset the economy, reset our state institutions that are performing so badly and poorly.
Right, but opposition in your constituency say that it's time for you to go after 20 years, as MP.
Laughable.
Why so? They say you haven't done much for them apart from enrich yourself.
That's MPship and rich people. No, it's not true. I have improved livelihood, road infrastructure, a lot of it have been done. There are many which are outstanding, like Dungu, Bambaya, Kakwaile, and between Toro and then Tua, Kotanle, Kudula. Like many other MPs, everybody is struggling to get the desired road infrastructure fixed in their area. In terms of school infrastructure, even hospital cheap compounds. I've built more cheap compounds than the Tamale Assembly combined. So you can't say that it's a 20 years of non-performance or poor performance. I've improved quality of life. I've improved quality of delivery of healthcare services in the Tamale South and Tamale generally with my contribution to healthcare. I've assisted a number of farmers to farm. I've done that consistently over a 10, 20-year period. I've assisted women in the Tamale South constituency with a microcredit, which has run for years. I should say that I have to pay respect to my manager, Atik, who passed on very, very recently. May the soul rest in peace. He's run the scheme on my behalf. So it's simply not true. There is no contest or competition in Tamale South. The NDC is far, far ahead of the MPP
the ruling
candidate.
party.
I'm sure my constituency chairman was looking for the MPP candidate so that they would debate at their level. And then you get the matter settled.
I see. We look forward to that. When we return from this break, we'll talk about the battle for the North, but we'll also focus slightly on the Tamale South constituency and how it could mirror its support.
Abusia, wene ensama ekoso ewo highway so Haruna Iddrisu na yetin nka se ode sa ensam no etudu a Jemensa no na ono kra kire se ono obatemale ho na Jemensa no omaye wo no amoye nioma bi no like ensam bi sisi ye na ensam na esi ye nso no okoto aba yese enikwan se obecheck voters register na yese enye ho na yese oto aba. That means there is some fraud bia ewo voters registration na yese Jemensa ehwe na oye nti no de omo ka che ne se onhwe na onhwe adekro ni ye audit ne de yese oye wanya 2024 December elections no emba so china abusia ye bere abedwafo asese omo je pene kokoti sa audio e de maye medamase